Hi, this is Dr. Salo Stanley, and I'm a chiropractor, sound therapist, artist, inventor, musician. I think kind of like what my guides have said, a Renaissance woman in the universe. I live in Fresno, California, and have a small practice there and do also a lot of paranormal research. But what you're experiencing today is what I call galactic light reading. What a galactic light reading is symbols to your soul, or I like to call sometimes crop circle symbols. Way back in 1992, I had a spiritual awakening when I went to a crystal healing. And at that time, I heard my guides and angels come to me, and I was able to channel the information from the universe to kind of come. At first, I thought I was a little bit crazy. Ended up going to 3 psychiatrists, but found out that it was just really a paranormal experience and had to learn to utilize my abilities and have boundaries. But I also saw these symbols floating around people in my head, or these archetype of energies. And way back in 1998, one of my friends who was a spiritual healer said, "You see symbols around people?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "You need to write these down for people." And so I started to, and people started noticing a difference in their energy field and their quest for their journey in this lifetime. So what a galactic light reading is, when I see the soul symbols, is really, the symbol is really teaching you to absorb a change of light in our DNA, and when we attract light, our dreams come true. Just as in sound therapy, a sound produces a vibration and a pattern, which also produces a form. This can be traced back to Hans Jenny's work in cymatics, and that form produces a picture. Your light language that I see, the soul symbols, are drawn as a piece of art. And I see and I feel these around people. So this is a template to be used throughout your lifetime. We don't have to have many more made at all. I've had a few requests over the years. Sometimes people change and absorbs it so quickly that maybe after 10 years or so, I will do another one. But most of the time, people are pretty happy with them. Well, at one time on our planet, we were able to understand one language called light language. It was also called the language of the birds. And also in France, there's also a village called language, or La Quome. I'm not sure how to pronounce that right. But in Egypt, there was hieroglyphics, the Sumerian tablets, Chinese symbols, crop circles, the Hebrew language, and the Native American petroglyphs. All these were speaking more to the right side of our brain, which is our intuitive centers and our sense of feeling and emotions. So they're meant to mean more than one thing than on the left side of our brain of logic and sense of, in our American English language, one word means one thing. But most of the rest of the world in their languages, one word can mean a lot of things. So humans have also been making patterns for thousands of years, geometric structures to shift our consciousness and move energy. The Zuni sand paintings, the Tibetan yantras, Indian mandalas, are just a few examples of these. Light language is a component of our multidimensional beingness of light that flows from one and into a form of communication for all multidimensional beings. And I think with 2012 and beyond coming on this planet, we're becoming enlightened in a way. We're reaching ascension, and we are becoming multidimensional beings. I think these light language help you activate your DNA and help you get there quicker, my guides say. So multidimensional light is alive, and it carries unconditional love and creativity and a sense of clarity and infinite knowingness. Light language is really available to everyone who has regained that sense of multidimensional consciousness and remembered who he or she is in the universe. Light language resonates beyond time and space and comes into your awareness in one moment of the now. Being in the now is important right now for us to be able to get that clarity and answers and help us get to that sense of enlightenment. You can reach out for it, as light language is like a flower that will come into full bloom when it's ready. It changes your DNA and expands yourself. Another thing about symbolism is, in a way, it's hardwired into our human mind. And when we see an image, it immediately kind of reduces it down to a snapshot. The mind then takes that snapshot and reduces it into a symbolic impression. By looking at the symbols, it stimulates the higher centers of your brain. That's where symbolism enters into that little folder, like on a computer, that you can download. It triggers so we can recognize answers to our questions. Light language is meant to have a sense of a feeling and an experience. Kind of increase our intuition and activate our pineal gland, my guide said, when we see the symbols, especially when we have the white against the black. It's a different center in our psychic centers of our brain. The other thing that you can do to really stimulate these light language is actually put a black light over it. The UV light will help these symbols even jump out even more in your environment. People have also stated that by looking at the symbols, their lives have changed. They have moved, got a new job, got a new skill such as playing music, or received more clarity, or became more creative, or just had blocks being removed that had been there for years and helped them get to the next step on their spiritual journey. As I like to quote, which I came up with, is, "Light language speaks to the spirit without words." So this is just a general introduction to the work and the soul symbols that I see around each person. I feel very thankful and deep gratitude that I'm honored to be able to do this light language for you. I hope it kind of hits those higher centers and kind of hits your emotions and kind of gets you on that next step to your spiritual journey, and that I really wish everyone followed their dreams and know that you can do it. And we're sending divine love and light on all levels and all dimensions with 1,000 angels your way. And thank you. Namaste.